But of course, first question: are brokers really getting rich while drivers starve?
So, are we getting rich while drivers starve? The answer is no, to be honest. So a lot of times it depends on how you look at things. I do things a little bit different. So first thing you want to understand is like the difference between like contracted freight and spot market freight, right?
Right.
So contracted freight is when a carrier comes in, negotiates with a broker, let's say, and because the broker has established a relationship with the business, and they've done like a semi bid or an annual bid or a mini bid, anywhere from 3-6 year long bid. And that's been contracted out at, let's say, $2 a mile plus fuel surcharge, right? That's the normal carriers doing that. Well, a lot of times what happens is if a driver falls off or something happens or a customer has an extra load, we'll put that stuff out for bid. Okay, so now we have kind of a set price on that, but
Right.
as it's out for bid, it could be any price, right? I want to move it for $2 plus fuel, right, because that's what I'm contracted with the customer with. But a lot of times I just get an all-in price for the carrier, and
Right.
that price. So the markup on that is usually like a volume based. And sometimes it could be negotiated where it's, hey, we take 17%, or off of the loads we do. It doesn't matter what we move it for. We make so there's also that percentage or 15%. Right. Now, back when I first started moving van freight and stuff like that, I actually did a volume-based rate. So a lot of times, this is why it's difficult for broker transparency. You said the word. I know.
Oh, God.
But I'm sorry, that might cause chaos. We might get call-ins. But I did a rebate system. So a lot of times what I would do is if you kicked up your volume or you did more volume, I would kick money back to the customer based on volume. So
right.
Are there some times where a broker does real well? Sure, 100%. Are there some times where a driver does real well? Oh, 100%, right?
Right.
And so it's give and take because I'm in competition with other brokers. So if I go too high, I've been outbid before on my freight.
Yeah.
I give the famous T to the L to the Q. I don't need to say anymore. Basically has bid, out lower the bid on me. So it's not that we're starving drivers out because
Right.
that's not the goal. The goal is the customer doesn't want to pay a lot of money for shipping. They just don't. And the broker wants to make money to find the best carrier. And that's kind of what we're trying to do. That's what we're really trying to do.